And at the bottom left of Titan's Causeway in the blue, it's you. Upper right in the red, the Vanguard player that surprised me quite a bit with his run thus far, taking down Nightmare 2-0. Let's see if he can do it here again. It's Control. Man, I'm looking at this scoreboard. Oh, this is unfortunate. The numbers of the scoreboard overlay are just like slightly too high. Oh, man. Mistakes have been made. It's fine. It's okay. We can manage. So let's see where we go here. This is going to be a quick double expand coming out of you. And that's kind of how you want to play Celestials for the most part. You get that Morph Core. Go and just use it to take quick collection arrays very, very quickly. Oh, that's important. Actually, that is useful. So, by the way, Grumpage using command Discord. That is a command for my personal Discord. This is crazy. Wait, I'm playing against Control for a qualifying match. Yes, you, everyone, the impersonal you, everyone in chat is qualifying together versus Control. That is for my personal Discord. There, if you want to go and join the Stormgate Nexus Discord, where you can chat about this tournament and get the replay pack eventually, a link for that is on the Stormgate Nexus Twitter. I should add it to the bot. And I'll do it after the APAC qualifiers are over. So for now, we do have this is an Argent opening coming out of you. Not too surprising with Sovereign's Watch as well. Just you want to make sure you get that health camp up quick as possible. And it's interesting. We're seeing the Scout opening out of Control once again, which, doesn't have as much immediate benefit. It does, certainly, in taking creep camps. That is really nice. Absolutely. But you don't have this immediate benefit where getting Scout and getting Scouts and getting the Scout upgrade against Celestials as you do against Infernals because, well, the basic unit, the Argent, is not a light unit. It's a heavy unit. You can go and, theoretically, when Kree come out, maybe Scouts are an answer, but the AoE means that they're not great for that anyways. It's me, Mario. But anyways, Control you getting very greedy in the game right now, going to take one of these low ground Luminite bases, which, in fairness, I don't know that Control's going to check this early. He's just very busy with creeping, so you should be able to really get away with this quite easily. As for now, behind this, it's just more Morph Cores. This is just the macro play. We're not seeing one of these tier 2 rushes that you see. It's actually super cool. Oriel loves this, where you go Starforge tier 2, you get a Seraphim and you take the map, do something like that. Or there are some builds. This is more against Infernal, where you go and you go tier 2 and you just go mass scanner as Sovereign's Watch is going to pop down. And remember, collection arrays had their HP doubled, so they're not quite as punishable as they used to be. Now, still annoying that these Scouts and these Lances are here, and there's just not enough army on the map to properly fight this. Well, yeah, maybe they're okay. Argents go. They're going to keep another. They're not. Yeah, they're going to make sure that the Vanguard player doesn't get this. But Sovereign's Watch gets popped. Sovereign's Watch gets popped once again. Defends the Argents. The Vision Tower will go back the way of you. Behind this natural, now on the way for Control, and he is behind pretty significant economically. Yeah, Booyah for all saying very minor overlay inconveniences, literally unwatchable. Yeah, that's fair. Also, I think it's made up for the fact that there is a timer. And I have provided you all with a timer, and that makes up for everything else. So, you can't real complain now, can you? You got a game clock on. But anyways, so wait, the way it looks like you is playing right now is this is I'm going to take my 3 bases and then I'm just going to push through the map here. So energy batteries, link nodes going down, turning into strike nodes. We're still, by the way, on this is a Surge Dark ship as well, so it moves a little bit faster, gets more energy. But we're still on this just aggressive push coming out of you, running across the map, still on tier 1, not thinking about Kree necessarily, just a lot of Argents as the Scouts try to dive behind. And well, this link node is not done yet, so this is really the best possible fight that can be taken in this situation. But Scouts don't do bonus damage to Argents, so they actually do fairly well. We got power banks that are surge dropping up here, so they regenerate energy that much faster. And that means these Argents are just doing a ton of damage. Now, I'd love to see... No, we do. Okay. We do have the Prime Creation Chamber on the front lines. We're looking at 1, 2... We're looking at 3 Creation Chambers. 3 Argents popping at a time. More Strike Nodes on the way soon. More Link Nodes here. The Surge Starship healing... regenerating energy that fast. Healing these units on the back line. And Control, by going the Scout opening, is just kind of dead. It's just in a really rough spot. We're going to see the turret go down. Everything is going to go down. And again, that's the issue with going Scouts like this. It just does not give you enough damage against these mass Argents. And that means game 1 goes the way of you. Up right here in the red, the Celestial player, up 1. It's you. Bottom left into the blue. Down a map, going Mass Scout, and that didn't really work out for him all that well. It is Control. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all did it. You did it. Actually, no, the Celestial player, you did. Oh, man, why did I... Nice is bad. Right, nice in terms of a name. Nice is a bad one because you're just like, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, what are we doing here? But you is even worse because it sounds like I'm just talking to chat, which I guess is good. Hi, chat. How's it going? But also, again, a little bit awkward there. By the way, again, this is our final match of APAC that's happening right now. So after this series, it is a best of 5. After this series, we're going to go and we're going to take a bit of a break. It's going to be a couple hours. Then EMEA starts at 11 a.m. Central. That is noon Eastern. That is 6 p.m. European time. And that is a highly signed up qualifier. There are 60 players signed up for that qualifier. So that one's going to go a little bit longer. Oh, by the way, man, these speed creeps have been just totally pulled out of position. This is where they belong. This is where they are. They're so buggy. They're so cute. I love this. So the rules of this tournament say that you cannot leash the speed creeps aggressively, but you can leash them defensively. And generally, we see players go and they say, I'm going to leash, say, these speed creeps into my natural so I can take him safer. Technically, Control is allowed to, and I haven't seen anyone do this. He is allowed to go and leash these creeps back to his side of the map and make that happen. That is absolutely a thing that is allowed. And I like that. I think that's what he's trying to do. Now Argents are back and they're fighting like, no, please, creeps, come fight me. But now that means the Argents are a little bit exposed. It's only 2 of them. So the numbers aren't there just yet. This Mass Scout idea is still a thing. And okay, so this Lancer should die. You think it should? Yeah, just get targeted down. Creep camps, the speed creeps, that's going to go down as well. So this attempted leashing is just not working out for Control all that much. Harlequin, the ads were being weird. I ran ads and then I had a script that ran ads and Twitch buffered the ads even though it didn't run, and just things got a little buggy, and it meant that and ads ran too quickly back to back to back. So that was unfortunate. No, but we're talking about names. You know, we're giving you a little bit of a hard time here. Is we have enough energy for Sovereign's Watch. There needs to be a Sovereign's Watch for some of these Argents are just slowly going down. Yes, Scouts aren't great against them. They're gonna die they're gonna die eventually. But you know, yes, Scouts aren't great against them, but sometimes more stuff does beat less stuff. And that is 3 Argents that are gonna fall down. Do we have a third base? The answer is no. Okay, so this is going to be photo restoration. Argent's moving a little faster, getting more energy regen. Tier 2 build coming out of you, but not the standard ones. Not right. You know, getting a Guardian Nexus for free makes a lot of sense, but an Ascension Matrix is on the way. I always look at this, I'm like, oh, are we going to get Seraphim? I mean, we got to get a Legion Hulk. We got to get a Legion Hulk too, but what exactly is it that you're going for, you? the cool thing about this is a different build. Game 2 versus Game 1. Titan's Causeway, he's playing it differently, which was simultaneously more greedy and more aggressive. Max Payne asking, when Bobs are overcharged, do they get the resources faster? Yes and no. They do not mine faster. So a Bob mining on this Luminite mine does not get resources faster. It does not mine any faster. But because they do move a little faster, they do return slightly faster from the Luminite mine, assuming this, say this is a command post. They return a little bit faster from the Luminite mine to the command post. So it does minorly speed up mining. It's like, you know, it's like the concept in StarCraft 2 of they've been theorized about putting a base in speed zone. And will that, how does, like, that does speed up mining, but it doesn't speed up the act of actually taking resources. Hey, Roddy, I'm so angry. Who would run ads in 2024? Yeah, you know, well, I'm a little justified in this one because all money I make off of Twitch, off of YouTube from July and August goes towards paying Rushy and Liticor and Nathanius and everyone else, because they've donated their time to this tournament. So I'm doing what I can. I can't afford their day rates, but we can do something. And Ariel, thank you so much for gifting us up to Rotterdam. That tournament this weekend was pretty fun. So now Exos are going to start to move on the map. The time of the dogs is done. They have taken the entire map. Pure Control has very much taken the entire map. There's, I guess the resource camps are available, but everything else is just not really there. Meanwhile, it's a Scythe Rush. Or not, yeah, it's a Saber Rush, excuse me. That's super cool. I legitimately don't, I have never seen this. But, so, Sabers were buffed. So, this 50% bonus damage to adjacent units has been buffed quite a bit. It used to be 25%. So, we're going to see this attack going in. The Sabers here, it's slow, but the damage that goes in a little bit of a perpendicular line is a little bit more. Now, is this enough? I don't know. Hiding back onto where the structures are, dropping Sovereign's Watch on top of things. Another Scythe's going to arrive. Has to boost away, but there's just... I mean, there's no Sovereign's Watch. There's one here on the collection array. There needs to be a second one. And this Scythe is going to town, but it needs to be sitting back on high range, and that's not doing enough. Now diving into the main base, these Exos are, you know... Okay, so Exos do bonus damage to the Argents. That is true. There's a bubble here as well. And just Prisms are going to be the target, it looks like, for the time being. Now on top of the Arc Station. And the Argents, the collection array should be, or excuse me, the creation chamber should be surged, and it's not. So they're not producing all that quickly, and it seems like this all-in coming out of control, this Scout Exo type of idea. Yeah, this two-base Argent rush, or the two-base Saber Rush, it just got taken down and not really doing all that much. So at this point, this is a dead Celestial player. Vanguard just running in. Strike node's not enough damage whatsoever. Everything's dead, even though there is a blast node on the way. And Control is going to tie us up. We're one game apiece. Bottom left in the blue, game 1. Solid aggressive opening. Pushed Control down. Game 2 fell victim to a bunch of Exos and a bunch of Scouts. It's you. And in the upper right, on cross spawn, on Lost Hope, it's Control. I love, by the way, as we're getting into this game, the discourse around creep camps. Because I personally think they are, when creep camps are useful and viable and a good thing, I personally think that version of Stormgate is the best version of Stormgate. I think it is the most fun. I really do, because it forces you to be on the map. There's always something to do rather than, you know, like you play StarCraft, for example, and there's some matchups where you're just kind of macroing. You're scouting, but you're just macroing for the first couple minutes, and you're not really doing anything. Meanwhile, in Stormgate, you're creeping, or you're contesting your enemy's creeps, and it provides incentive to be on the map, and it's pretty cool. And he's gonna... I think Control got that one. It's always hard to tell, but I think he got it. Is he gonna maybe get another Control? Well, Sovereign's Watch is done, so he's gonna snipe a second slime. Okay, well, actually, this is really nice for Control early on. Getting this value out before the Argent pops is great. Like, this is a beautiful little move we've seen. And, you know, Sovereign's Watch is not going to be available for a little longer. So he takes advantage of it. This is awesome. This is actually such a big deal for Control early on when creeping is important. And creeping is extremely important. So behind this, Biolab going down once again. Are we just going to see that like one base exo push coming out? Is that how Control just wants to play? Hey, Bly, how's it going? I do think it would be interesting to experiment with having creep camp spawn after like the first X amount of minutes, maybe. But again, I also think I do enjoy that. I think the ideal should be a creeping strategy and a more like macro defensive mass expand strategy. I think both those should be viable. I think that it kind of should be both should kind of bring you to a similar spot in the game. You know, taking all the creep camps gives a little bit more map control theoretically. Playing a more quick expand style maybe gives you a little bit more money. But, you know, maybe you're a little bit more vulnerable. I think both those should be viable. I love StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is great, but I do think we lost a lot here now. Ooh, these Argents are very exposed. As this one's just going to get surrounded there. Very, very solid setup. Oh, and the creep camps as well. I do think that I love StarCraft. You know, again, I have played a lot of StarCraft. I've cast a lot of StarCraft. I think we lost a decent. I think we lost part of StarCraft when Legacy of the Void came out, and we went and we had. Suddenly, it was just you got to mass expand, right? That is the play. 1 base builds, 2 base alt builds. They died on the altar of having more workers, just because the eco scaling a little bit differently. Economy of a base falling off that fast. I think we lost a lot. I do think we did. So I do want. For Stormgate, I do want a world where 1 base builds, because again we're going to see that 1 base central command exo dog push that we saw in game 1, was it? Maybe no, that was the Percival we saw in the Percival series in game 4 on this map. Actually, I do want a world where both are viable, because keeping greedy play honest is, again, I think that's something that StarCraft for the most part has kind of lost. Yeah, you know, aggressive play is a little bit more viable on at lower levels, but you know, certainly at the highest levels, it's just not much of a thing. As for now, Control is just trying to take as many camps as possible. He steals the health camp, goes and has the speed camp here, so the scouts are just really fast. Now, again, scouts don't fight these Argents very well, but also not going to die to them. So they're going to run out. More Argents on the way. What do we have here? Okay, Starforge. We're going to see that Saber build again, I think. Yeah, Arc Station. Well, to get all this tech, you do need the Arc Station anyways. But we're going to get Sabers on the way, I think. That's pretty cool. Aren't both viable now, Opanomo? I don't know. I haven't seen enough games. I haven't played enough games yet. We did see some really cool on Boneyard. We saw Luciferon do a really cool quick expand build to break down the scout meta. We've seen a laser going for a little bit more kind of macro creeping build, not just kind of macro aggressive build that we saw last patch. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know exactly where we are yet. Voltage Raiden saying StarCraft 1 still the best, as we see. Well, the other benefit of going to tier 2 for Celestials, by the way, is you just get to send the creeps to heaven. There is a word for it. I need to go look it up because I keep forgetting. But it's just the rapture for me, as again, this 1 base all in and coming out of Control. He's going to have quick draw hustle soon enough. He just has tier 2 for the barrier to make sure for the bubble to make sure things happen, and he's cut his way into the main base. Now this is scouted. There's a scanner here. You is well aware what's happening, so he's going to have to run through, but even still, there's not a lot of static defense at this setup. Link nodes are going to turn into strike nodes eventually, but they're not ready just yet. Scouts getting on top of the Argents. Is this a strike node? No, it's not. Blast nodes are here though on the natural, at the very least. But the splash damage, the scouts are just getting on top, doing that much more. Argent's not dying just yet. Sovereign's Watch is starting to fall down. Do we have... Okay, no Sabers on the way just yet. Now the blast nodes are starting to get a little bit better contact, and the Saber behind things is a pretty cool idea. This idea, clearly this works on ladder. This is clearly something that you has been playing. I think this time it works. The Sim City diving into the natural. The Saber is going to get targeted down, but not before all the X's, and the majority of them do fall down. Sovereign's Watch as well does a nice job. This blast node, where's the blast node? Is it dead? Is it dead? Yeah, the blast node, I think the blast node went down. But the blast node on top of everything else means that, yes, the saber died. That's expensive. But you holds on. So let's see how this defense happens. A lot of energy, a lot of power has been spent by you in this last defense. Which is, you know, a little bit rough, but now he does have strike nodes on the way. They're not ready just yet. Strike node on the low ground, but that is heavy, so we'll get targeted down. Even still, this is not a lot of exos. It really isn't. They're continuously rallying forward, of course, and that link node is dead. Do we have another saber? Another saber's on the map, but it just gets dove. It's just getting dove upon so quickly here. Now, again, you kite away into under the aegis of these strike nodes. The Starforge is taking damage, but is not getting targeted down at the moment. Argents have to take this fight. Now this is dead. The Starforge is dead. No more sabers available, but I mean, it is bursting these exos down. It does 50 damage. Argents get 2.5 shot. And yeah, Mothra Lurker saying, yeah, you know, Proxy Hatch has been playing the GSL. Let's be real, right? 99 games out of 100 are just aggressive or playing like cheesy games, or just not really a thing. As Control splits around from the saber, dashes around, has to hide to the low ground, trying to take advantage of this crazy long range that it has, this splash damage as well. You can still make this defense happen. I got a Cabal out just to get the slow, but did get targeted down. You still can make this work, but losing out on the Starforge doesn't feel great. This is a very defensive Starforge now. But if you can get this saber back, oh, this saber's woefully out of position. This is not, I thought he was going to be able to run it back home, and I guess he's not going to. And there's no healing available. Oh, the pathing. Oh, the pathing. The scout's going to kill the saber. That doesn't feel great. Now, okay, so Ascension Matrix is here. Bonus damage around it is also really solid. It's easy to forget about this, right? Bonus 25 armor for enemy units around when surged. Bonus damage for friendly units around. But you think of them as upgrade structures. Meanwhile, again, remember, Control is all in on this. This is a one base all in. He doesn't have a natural on the way. We're about 9.5 minutes in. The timer's a little slow, but we're fairly into the game as we see these blast nodes just doing work here. And the saber defense, yeah, this is absolutely held now. This is a much better position for the saber to be in, and the blast node's very good. He goes up 2-1. Bottom left in the blue down a map in this series, looking to send us to game 5 on Boneyard. It's Control. Upper right in the red. The saber build worked once. It didn't work once. Let's see what we can make happen here in this game number 4. It's you. I have no idea what Control is saying there. Last game, your saver, something not faker. I mean, I don't really know what you're going for there, Control. Are you saying the saber was you should have kept the saber alive and that you didn't and something? Hey, Kevin Lay. You can call me Beo, you can call me bro, whatever you want. So again, we're seeing the scout go and just try to jack these creeps. I don't think he got that one. I am eventually, we're going to find this situation where eventually the observer UI is going to be able to pop up who got the money. And that's going to be great. In the meantime, though, we're just kind of guessing. Yeah, again, PvP is its own beast, and I don't think I'm being all that extreme by saying that, you know, for Legacy of the Void and current patches killed the good majority of aggressive plays. The good majority of you know, Protoss against anyone other than Protoss can't really play a 2-base all-in at the pro level. Protoss, you know, Terran has some 2-base all-ins, but they're not, most part, they don't do very well. Against Zerg, against, you can argue that, not even against Protoss, you just don't see a lot of it. Because they're just handled. They're not very good. So let's see now. Are we going to see this Saber build again? What do we got on the tech path? Right, we're not going to see anything unlocked just yet. Because, again, you got to get that Ascension Matrix going. You got to get the Arc Ship going. And, well, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But for now, this is going to be that Mass Scout. Why are we going for William Claws? Is it just for clearing creeps? It's not flat bonus damage. It's bonus damage versus light units. And Argents are heavy. I mean, I guess it means you do more damage versus power banks. There is that, you can go energy block the Infernal or the Celestial player, and maybe that's that. I don't know. But, man, rushing for William Claws here, it doesn't make a lot, especially because, once you take this camp, none of the other camps on the, I mean, I guess the Piper is light, but the majority of the rest of the creeps on the map are not light creeps. So it's not even like you go and you get Virelium to go and steal the speed camp or something. That's just not, I don't know. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Prisms are light units, but they're flying, so dogs don't really get on top of that. Anyway. I don't understand. And yeah, the Saber Shot, the animation is, especially from range, so you can kind of see it go and hit and expand, and it's pretty satisfying. We do need, of course, a sound patch. The sounds in Stormgate are not there yet. So the sound of a Dark Prophecy is just a little chirping sound that you don't realize that you're getting stormed to death. They're getting prophesied. Your death has been prophesied for quite a while. Yeah, but okay, Uncle Slim, 8 racks is a 3 base timing. There's a 5 racks 2 base all in. This Argent's a little exposed. The Scout's gonna go down. There's a 5 racks 2 base all in, but 8 racks is 3 base. Ragnarok, thank you so much for gifting the 5 subs to people in the channel. And again, a reminder, any money, subs, bits, donations, all that jazz that I make from July and August go towards paying Nathanius and Rushy and Lidicor and Storm Warrior and Killer Pigeon and everyone and Icegar, everyone else that I've got working with me on this event. So thank you for helping me buy them a cup of coffee or something like that. Oh no, Fear Dragon got us. What have you done? But for now, okay, so we're going to see the scouts. They're doing scouting things. They're running around. And they have Virelium Claws. But unless the Vanguard player is opening Kree, they don't do anything. All right? That's not really all that much. But Strike Node's on the way. Blast Node's here. And this is going to be that Saber build, I think. Yeah, there we go. Guardian Nexus done. Where is our Arc Ship? Our Arc Station? There it is. And pretty soon, we should see that Starforge going down. That is going to be the thing. So, Guardian Nexus, or actually we need Ascension Matrix too, but Guardian Nexus, of course, gives the Argent's move speed, is what you're going for here, and also massive, significant energy regen. Both of these are super impactful. As for now, we're also going to see scanners get made, which is actually, I think scanners are underutilized, and we're starting to see Celestial players with it more and more. Where you go, and because they cloak on trees, they are a really good option to go and hold creep camps fairly easily. A scout running by will not recap this, so you got to go, and as a Vanguard player, you have to commit top power energy to go in and get detection. Or what is it? Sentinels. Do scouts have detection by themselves? Or scouts? I forget. Anyways, there are the list of all the detectors on the Vanguard. I forget. I know what the Infernal ones are, and I know some of the Celestials. We're still learning here. Wait, Frost Giant is not funding me. No, they are not. The $2,000 of this tournament are sponsored by Herenia Capital, and everyone else is donating their time. So I am, I spent my own money to get all the assets made. I have spent. I will be paying again. I'll be paying everyone else. Not full day rates. I can't afford that, but we'll be passing money along to the talent that are working, the talent and everyone working behind the scenes to make this happen. Now, I love this, by the way. This just Nope. I'm like, this is cool. I didn't even know that. I was too busy talking to chat that we saw the V5 rocket launcher coming forward. Again, not a light unit, but scouts you build them fast enough and you can make something happen. Send the V5 in, immediately gets just blapped. Ardents go and kill it. It's like, you showed up. Not a single bit of damage here. But Sabers are on the field. More creation chambers on the way. As this is a solid 2-base setup. Do we have... Okay, just scanners are everywhere at this point. Where do we go from here? Sabers lacking that upgrade. That means they actually go faster for longer. So it's going to take a little bit of time. We have a lot of creation chambers. We don't have the Kree upgrade. I don't think. It's just a lot of Argents at the moment. And again, I think against X... Well, even against Scouts, I think that is... God, this shot looks so cool. It is just actually super cool as we see Purification go down again, just giving you that much more energy as well. I think we will see... This has to get taken. So Cabals are on the field. That slow is so powerful. Being able to shut things down. Third base now on the way for control as he takes it in the forward position. But I think I think I really do like Kree in this. Well, I don't know. Because Kree against Exos are theoretically pretty solid. Kree against Scouts, yeah, Scouts do bonus damage to light, but the AoE is pretty decent. I think I theoretically like all that, but now this fight's a little bit awkward. The Sabers are just way out of position. Big surround. Cabals are going to try to do what they can, but man, without the Sabers, you just don't have splash damage at all whatsoever. There's another Saber that's going to join, but it just has to go boom, boom, home. Zoom home, I guess. And yeah, there's a slow on the Scouts. We do see this. But you did not have his army together whatsoever. And that means he's just kind of getting chased down. It seems like he's going to be able to escape. We do have this collection ray. This is a problem. We have this link node, but it's not going to be ready here. The collection ray is just going to die. And yeah, there's some high ground vision, and these Sabers they do a lot of damage. But the third base is dead. And that is a bit of a problem here. You still can go and take this base and expand and build another Morph Core, and he's a lot of Cabals. That fight was just extremely disjointed. But again, we are seeing some of that power is up. By the way, Cabals are every unit in this army is mechanical, so that Nanoswarm does a lot of damage. It's gonna knock this single Argent down, and that is another reason why this army that we're seeing it counters this army of you very well. So we got Exos, bonus damage versus heavy units, heavy, light, but big battle units are heavy. We have Nanoswarm. All these units are mechanical. It does a lot of damage in AoE, so you kind of split out a little bit. That's a little awkward. And also, you needs to go and take the slime. He needs to go and take this health cam back, because that is actually a big deal. So for now, blast nodes are going to start to show up here. Blast nodes, pretty strong against this. That's how the game 1 was held. But is going to get taken down, and now that means we're going to have all these creation chambers as well. They're getting targeted here. So actually, this is a bit of a problem though. Sabers on the back line. Blast nodes. Oh my God, Control's overcommitted here. Oh, the flank coming in from the left side as well. You would think this is a bit of an overcommit. The slows are really good. We're going to see these medtechs go down, even as the Argents on the left side do die. But man, Control overcommitted. I thought that was going to be even better. I really did. But Control has very much overextended. So he's going to have to run away. Animancer's now on the field. What do we have upgrades-wise from them? Don't know. Don't know if they have Dark Prophecy. Don't know if we have the Smoke Cloud, but they're going to start to hit the field. Even without upgrades, they can be useful if they're not just immediately targeted down. They can be pretty useful just to heal the army around it, because remember, they're just basic channeled attack. Not their basic attack, but their channeled attack. It goes and steals energy and steals health and applies it to everything in it, all the units in an AoE. So Animancers are back. Arc Fortress here in the sky, ready to go. Just adding that little bit more vision, that little bit more healing on top of things. Dark Prophecy getting channeled on top of all of these units, and it's doing a reasonable amount. So now we're going to start to see power banks forward aggressively, or probably link nodes as well. The pressure commences for Control at this point. Scanner goes and moves forward, and that's not really worth a ton, but oh man, this Animancer count continues to grow. Cabals continue to improve, and Animancer Cabal working together, much more energy available, much more HP available. So the pressure continues. Link nodes are going down. Eventually strike nodes, eventually blast nodes. And we're going to hit a point pretty soon as, okay, that nanoswarm's pretty good, but we're going to hit a point pretty soon where Control needs to go. And he's going to have to retake this position because the static defense, this pushing structure position that's going to exist is going to be a problem. Those prophecies are so good, but there's a bubble, so it stays alive. And Quick Draw Hustle Tier 3 is the thing as well, so, well, not Quick Draw Hustle, but, what's it called? Survival Protocol Tier 3 is a thing. We're going to see the Arc Fortress Beam that does 1,500 damage over this amount of time. Tons of damage on top. Bombing Run looks like it might be really good. Doesn't land incredibly well. Oh, and the prophecies as well working out very nicely here. The damage being done. Command post starting to fall down very, very low. And it seems like at this point, oh, Survival Protocol is doing really nice. But it's, oh, this Dark Prophecy on the Bobs is actually so good. Seems like at this point, Control is starting to push through. I'd love to see some production structures, make them prime, attack from the front. Now here comes the Helicarrier. Damage on top. Not a lot of great anti-air available, but the Argents are doing what they can. Helicarrier is getting actually promoted up. Make sure it gets a little bit more HP. But now here comes the Creation Chamber. Those bombing runs are much better. The Creation Chamber on the front line is going to be ready soon enough. Saber's starting to join the fray. The splash damage is here. This Helicarrier is the front line. It is the power units. This Dark Prophecy slowing things down. The damage is not enough, not just yet. And ever so slowly, it does seem like Control is starting to punch through this just a little bit. Seems like he's just barely punching through. The 3 Sabers, they don't shoot up. This Helicarrier is the most important thing. Is again, we're seeing this massive Doom Beam going down. Forget what it's called, but this massive Doom Beam showing up. It's not killing the post, but it is forcing Control to just kind of sit here and weather the storm. And now, well, heavy structures. Each of these Sabers does 100 damage a shot. On top of the 1,500 damage, force projection, whatever it is. But now, okay, Cloaked Bombing Run goes out. That upgrade is done. Double Helicarrier on the field. And it feels like you would like to see some scythes start to get made. Just something adding in that bonus damage versus heavy, that anti-air. Now the army on the ground is getting shredded by Dark Prophecy by Sabers. And I think actually, did we see one of the Helicarriers? Yeah, one of the Helicarriers went down. So a lot of the power in Control's army not really there anymore. And I keep hearing that. That almost sounds like my sub announcements. So, oh, bombing run. What's it gonna hit on? Damage on the Saber. I really think we should see you go and take this take the healing camp once again. Just a little bit of passive healing is actually so big. But man, the sound of this actually, it could do with being maybe a little more impactful, but I like the sound. So 2 Helicarriers on the map right now. No promotions. Bombing run of a single bomber goes down. Doesn't really. It is poking away at some of the static defense. There is that is now. We're going to see bombing run lands a little bit better. Ooh, that one hits. I like the Sabers, by the way, just poking away at these bobs, right? Just the slow repair is going to go down, knocking the rampart down. And are we seeing expansion elsewhere? I'm surprised we don't have a third. Oh, okay, we do. Okay, I was like, I'm surprised we don't have an extra collection array going down. But no, there's no repair, so this base is dead. With the Sabers, with this Death Beam going down, so it looks like Control's going to try to take the fight right now. Helicarrier's on top of everything, bubbling on forward. Scouts trying to get on top. The concave of the Argents, though, is massive. Sabers are dead. They absolutely are. But this Dark Prophecy is doing so very much. The Helicarrier is this one barely staying alive on the Nanoswarm. Purification means that's going to get burst down. There's enough energy for their second Helicarrier getting burst down. Will fall, and I think, well, the Exos are still here now. There we go. Dark Prophecy, but that got targeted down, I think, by this Helicarrier. And it looks like this position is going to get broken. Control loses the base. I think he breaks this position. Keeps one of his Helicarriers alive, and yeah, you is going to get forced back here. And it's just a strike node. So this position, Control, he's now a 2-base Vanguard. In fact, he's a 1-base Vanguard. He's not mining out of that main base at all. So he has this army, but it does feel like we're rapidly getting to a point where he's going to have to do something about it. He's going to have to run across the map and counterpunch. And this army is very strong. He's up about, what is that? About he's up about 10 supply, and I think actually my understanding of Celestial supply is a little bit weird, right? Because, you know, not a lot of the mining is not exactly based on workers. So this third base is dead. The Exos are here. The Prisms are gonna fall down as well. So this setup, I think, dies. But there is this position, so it's not like you is running out of all of his money. He's run out of the main base, certainly, but elsewhere he's fine. Oh, man, this helicarrier is exposed. You could have dove on top of that if you wanted to. I guess you don't. You're fine. And now, well, we're going to see how good this fight is. Bombing run is just totally going to whiff. And that bombing run is actually so important. Exo's getting targeted down. Dark Prophecy here. It's a single helicarrier. Has to dive on top of everything. Now, there's no Sovereign's Watch. Structure's not really available at the moment. Purification goes down. Helicarrier falls. And without the helicarrier, that damage on top's not really there. But Survival Protocol is keeping these Exos alive for the time being, even as they start to run away. This Cabal slow is so oppressive. Even still, I don't think Control. I think his economy is way too shattered. Trying to long distance mine. He has this base. He remade that one, certainly. But we got, you know, the prisms can go and they can mine from other Luminite bases. They don't need a collection array. They're just only mine about half as much as a, you know, full collection array base. So there is that. As this Arc Fortress just dropping the death beam. 1,500 damage over, what is it, 20 seconds? They're just slowly killing things. Now, you got to be careful. Exos, bonus damage to heavy versus the Arc Fortress. It will have to run away. And do we have the upgrade? Does it show us? Okay, it does. So this, you know, 50% bonus movement speed is pretty nice. You surge it and you can make it go even faster. And yeah, this game is super cool, actually. We don't get to see a lot of these Celestial Macro games. But you as a mid-late game player, people were saying that in chat, and I believe it. And at this point, so you has 4 bases. Right, the collection array is landing right now, so it's not mining a ton, but you has 4 bases. You know, close enough. Oh, actually, I guess the natural is mined out, so no, he doesn't. Still, this Luminite mine, I assume, is gonna time out fairly quickly. So use on 2 base mining, effectively. We have 2 base mining from Control, but soon to be 1. So he was building a supply back up once again. That was a scary moment when he lost the fight, but Control really wasn't able to do much. Oh, look at this. Okay. This actually is a problem. Not against the collection race. Who cares? It's 800 damage. The Hornets will not kill this quickly enough. Now, you got to retarget here because this is a Bubble Boy. But more importantly, against all the prisms. This was bugged. Yellow Jacket Stingers, it does 13 damage. It's supposed to do plus 13 damage versus light units in the air. That was bugged. That did not happen. So now these prisms in the sky, I mean, they are extremely vulnerable. 26 DPS is a lot. Now, we're going to see these Hornets, they're just going to die. So Controlled, really, that should have been a harassment force. Now, this was an attempted attack. Dark Prophecies, though, they close the area. They close the zone out. And that means running up this ramp is really hard. Now, what you got to do, ideally, is bring the Arc Fortress to this fight as well. What that does, that means that has a cascade field. So you can start to build energy batteries. You can start to build link nodes. It means that you can put pressure on with the damage beam on top of this command post without having to spend a lot of this Argent energy on a structure. But Arc Fortress is hiding ways away. Just getting the base down, I guess. That's also fine. You can get yourself a little bit more money. So Hornet's thinking about diving in, but again, they do bonus... Well, they don't do any bonus damage versus the ground, but you know, there is something. Again, I think you just run around the map and try to sweep prisms. I think that's probably the way to go about this. Is you thinking about has so much map control right now. He has the V5 rocket launcher, and that, you know, that's as good as having. Honestly, maybe not quite as good as the Arc Fortress beam, but it's pretty good. And it's just putting a lot of pressure on this last mining base, realistically, because this base is mined out. This is the last mining base of Control. He has to defend this. And the V5 rocket launcher, we have that Dark Prophecy killing off so many mobs. It's a big problem. Control has to take the fight right now, or he does lose this game. He will not have the mining anymore. 5 Luminite on the map. He's not mining at all. Big flank comes in from the backside. He's going to try to make this happen. Prophecies are just zoning out the choke, though. Yeah, the V5's dead, but the Dark Prophecy is so good. Oh, he's knocking everything down, even through the friendly fire. The Kree are there. Control is dead, and he qualifies into the main event 3-1.